Miyetti Allah tell Wike what they want after plans to stop animal grazing in Abuja city. Wow. So it means that Miyetti Allah have turned Abuja to grazing route, and they have been using the Abuja for grazing. So don't they have their own cattle ranch where they should manage their cattle? This is quite unfortunate. Turning the whole Federal Capital Territory to grazing ground is a very bad one. So now they are telling Wike what to do, okay, or what they want. What do they want? To create or to restore the 451 grazing routes in Nigeria to them, or what? These people, the way they operate, it's not their fault. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, has revealed the stand of the association on the plans by the new Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to ban herders from grazing their animals within the city center. The Miyetti Allah group, in a reaction by its president, Baba Ngezama, said they already have an agreement with the federal government not to graze their animals in areas that fall within the central city based on the Abuja master plan. He therefore gave the blessing of the Miyetti Allah group to the plan by Wike to deal with herdsmen who graze their animals within the city center. We gave an agreement with the federal government that from Area 1 to Area 11 in Gariki, from Wuse Zone 1 to Zone 7, Maitama and Asokoro within the central area, it is very embarrassing to see cows roaming the main city. Oh, so you know that. But you can go to other state capitals to roam your cow. And when they are killed, you get angry. This we have done with the leadership of the association at the FCT levels, area council levels, and the immediate Fulani leadership grassroots levels. We have called them and had series of engagement with them in the FCT to stop roaming the main cities with their cows. So whoever is allowed to be caught rearing his cattle in the main city is on his own. Whoever is allowed to be caught, okay, the law should take its course. This is because we have severally discussed and drawn the attention of the pastoralist Ngezama told the Whistler. Okay, speaking further, the Magban president, however, said the areas mapped out for the herders to graze their cows in the outskirts of Abuja have been taken over by farmers. He added that they would, however, continue to enlighten their members towards compliance with the government order. So he said, regarding the outskirts of the city, there will be a problem because we have grazing reserves in the FCT that are not being developed. Rather, they are being encroached on by farmers who are illegally living and claiming the grazing reserves to be theirs. Can you imagine? And once pastoralists decide to use the grazing reserves, this will create problems between them. The government needs to be serious about creating and developing these grazing reserves. What we expect from Wike, Ngezama, however, appealed to the federal FCT minister to ensure the grazing reserves outside Abuja are developed so the herders can move there and take care of their animals. What we expect the minister to do for us is to develop all the grazing reserves on the outskirts of Abuja so that all the pastoralists living in Abuja can settle there while measures will be taken to enable them to settle. This will enable them to have enough green pastures without having to roam about. The minister should create a model for the settlement of pastoralists that other governors can emulate. What we have as grazing areas, those areas can be developed into community ranch, and today we have the concept of ranches that can be acceptable by communities because it suits their peculiarities. We need the ministers to work with us closely so we can develop a settlement model. Also, harnessing the livestock sector harnessing the livestock sector will help the government in revenue generations as well as security rather than seeing pastoralists as a security threat, the Magban boss said. The Miyetti Allah boss also expressed confidence in the ability of Wike to get the job done. We are looking at him as somebody who can transform the livestock sector into a beneficial sector for the government and the pastoralist. This is because we see him as a bulldozer that, that intends and does what is necessary for development, Ngezama said. He's aligning. They are beginning to align with Wike there. So they know that there's need for ranches. And meanwhile, they're also looking at other areas that all those areas that are saying they gave to them but have been occupied by farmers. Go and check. Has government properly settled those farmers? Where else would they farm? You don't have to go and take community land that belongs to people and take them to Fulanis to go and graze their cattle. Okay? Must they be in Abuja? If you are in Abuja, go and buy land for your cattle. Buy land and fence it and keep your cattle there. That's how it is done anywhere else in the world. People buy land, okay, or lease land, fence it, and put their cattle there. And then go to elsewhere, bring the grass or green grass or whatever to give their cattle at where they all call farmhouses and farm zones. Okay. So not that government is going to carry somebody's farmland or community farmland and give to you because you want your cattle. Okay. Government is not providing shops and locations for spare parts sellers for other businesses in the country. So you really need to, all cattle areas should solve their problems. That is it. Somebody said, what is grazing reserves in this modern age? Mr. Herdsmen, the solution to all this problem created by herdsmen is ranching. Rearing of animals, cows, goats, or whatever you call it is a private business. That's what I'm saying. So you go and settle yourself. What Magman present is what should have been done all over the country long ago. When there's a demarcation line between the farmers and the herders, there will never be any conflict which can breed the internecine wars. Okay, we are unfortunately witnessing now. The herders should keep to the reserved area and any breach should attract stiffer penalties. All the rantings about asking, about taking over ancestral lands by non-indigenous are nothing but political and ethno-religious bigotry. That the issue here is that if you are rearing cattle, cattle should be limited in the north and keep it where it belongs. If you are coming to south, you better buy a property for it. All the other tribes that are doing business in the north or other parts of the country, they buy or they rent properties for their businesses. So cattle rent is a private business, and anybody investing in that business should be capable of providing everything that is needed for the cattle to survive. Okay, somebody said this is very good. It is always good for us to understand each other in this process. There will always be peace. This is very good. There is understanding on both sides. If this is how is handled in every of our challenges, then we will not be having problem with each other. Let us always try to understand each other so that we won't be having problems again with all our brothers and sisters. Good, Wike, the warrior of our time. Okay. Miyetti Allah has rolled out series of demands from the government. My questions are, is it the responsibility of government to fund private businesses? Again, how much revenue is this group of people contributing to Nigeria's economy? They have gotten enough that can enable them establish ranches and not mandating government to do everything for them. Okay, how much help is the government giving to other private businesses in Nigeria? That is a big problem. I tell you, well spoken, let the law take its course. That is it. So if the government develops your grazing reserve for you to feed your cattle and make money, will the meat be free or at reduced cost based on the fact that it was public money that was used to feed the cow? That question will not be answered. Somebody say, don't mind them. And that is it. That question will not be answered. For that, I believe Wike will understand and build a very beautiful place for them, that's for sure. But first, obey his instructions. Corruption doesn't allow things to work. Ranching isn't rocket science, but instead of a few people would rather swallow the money for projects. So now that Magban has made their request right there, let's see how the government will solve that problem. At the same time, ensuring that they don't collect community and family farmlands and assigned to them, leaving the farmers to be fighting. And this herdsmen of 18, I tell you, if you give them 1 meter, they want to claim 10 meters. That is one of their tendencies. And then they will continue to expand their boundaries. They will continue to expand their boundaries and they will continue to claim other people's land. They have to also checkmate them. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment. That is the demand that Magban is making to Wike, the new FCT minister, to attend to their needs in Abuja.